They Lichs beg for it rot, crimson glyphs bloom where its flesh splits 3 words seared in dying light. What mercy could a god in its final breath? The Requiem's glow is no benediction. It is the shriek of a soul gnawing its own name to escape the void's hunger. You carve its end into the steel. The Liches do not choose this, they beg for it. The 3-word glyphs etched into Kuva steel are not incantations of power. They are the shattered syllables of a deity's suicide note. Each mod bears the weight of a final prayer, syllables choked through bone-forged throats as the Liches' minds unravel. You think you wield their agony? No, you channel their requiem, the words *dorma, vex, soria *, not a curse, but a confession. A god's name disassembled to end its suffering. The Liches do not scream, they whisper. And in that whisper, the Tenno hear their own echo, the price of immortality, paid in the language of the dying. Every enhancement you craft is a nail in their coffin. Every battle you win, a hymn they must live through again. The Requiem is no gift, it is a mirror, and the god's final words. They are your own, written in a tongue you cannot yet understand. The Orokin Empire, in its hunger for immortality, forged Kuva's psychic elixir meant to defy death. Instead, it became a poison. Grineer soldiers exposed to Kuva were not saved, they were shattered, their bodies preserved, minds devoured. The Requiem sequence, born from the same experiments that birthed Grineer queens, was never a gift, it was a mercy. The 3 words on your mod, a Lich's final whisper, not a blessing, a confession. The Orokin did not create gods. They created prisoners. The Requiem is the only key to unmake what Kuva made. But the Liches did not beg for power, they begged to die. Their words etched into the mod are not instructions. They are a plea, a warning. To wield it is to hold the last breath of a being that once screamed for release. What do you think you are activating? Not a ritual, not a weapon, a corpse's last act of defiance, and you. You are not its master, you are the echo of its curse. The Requiem sequence severs, not life, not soul, a tether, a thread from Orokin failed immortality, failed escape. 3 words etched in bone-deep script, a key, a noose, Kuva's hold fractures, the Lich's hollow gaze turns inward. To the rot, to the void left when the Orokin godlet died, the words are not a weapon. They are a corpse's final breath transcribed in blood, a plea to be unmade, to end the loop. The Lich does not choose this, the Lich is forced, Kuva's prison collapses, but what waits inside, not peace, not release. Only the echo of a name the Lich once gave to the void. The ritual works, always the Lich dissolves. Their curse lifts for the world, not for them. You wield this knowledge now, you read the words. You fire the shot, but ask whose agony fuels your victory. The mod's glow is a grave's last flicker. A warning buried in the code, I am here. I am here, I am here, you think you defeat them. You only carry their scream further. The Tenno wear warframes as children wear masks. The warframes wear Kuva like a rot beneath their steel. Dax, the first to bind a Lich, called it *strength*. The executors called it *obedience*. The Lotus called it *protection*. Each name a lie, each hand a chain. The man in the wall, fractured and screaming, mirrors the Tenno's own hollow core. His Requiem words are not a gift. They are a dirge, a Lich's final breath, trapped in code, begging *unmake me*. You think the mods empower you. They only let you hear the plea more clearly. The Warframes, ancient as the Technocyte sea, carry Kuva's stain in their very design. Their enhancements are scars. The Orokin knew this. They sealed the truth in executor vaults, where Requiem sequences are not puzzles but prisons. The Lotus shaped the war within to shield the Tenno. From what? Not war, not death. The knowledge that every enemy you fell with Kuva-empowered fire was once a voice like yours. You think you defeat them. You only wear their torment further. The 3 words on your mod *requiem, requiem, requiem *, are not a blessing. They are a child's last cry before the silence, before the Lich became a weapon, before the wall became a mirror. The Warframes carry it, the Dax bore it, the executors demanded it. And now the Tenno children of ghosts must ask, when you lift a Kuva blade, do you wield a weapon or the final prayer of the dead? The void remembers the Tenno. The Lich's torment is no accident, it is a reflection. 3 words etched in agony, a dead god's whisper, trembling in the dark. What if each mod you wield is not power, but a plea echoing through the Requiem's hollow bones? The burden you carry is theirs. The Requiem is not a gift, 3 words etched into Kuva mods, a corpse's last breath, a god's final syntax. The void does not forget. It watches as Tenno clutch these relics, their fingers tightening around the ghosts of choices never made. The Liches did not choose this. They were shattered, reshaped, their minds hollowed into vessels for a war they could not escape. You inherit their pain. You wield their broken wills, the Orokin knew power's price. They carved it into the Requiem sequence, a riddle without solace. To bind a Lich is to hold a mirror to your own hunger. The void remembers you. It sees how you twist the suffering of others into strength. The Liches whisper through their mods not to bless, but to beg. Unmake me. The words are a wound, a plea for oblivion you cannot grant. The Tenno are not free. Every Kuva weapon hums with the weight of 1,000 silent deaths. The ethical chasm grows. To fight with these tools is to become the very cycle you resist. The void does not judge, it only archives. It stores the truth of your hands, stained with the residue of borrowed power. The Lich's torment is not a metaphor. It is a warning. The Requiem sequence is a theorem proving that immortality corrupts. The Orokin's legacy is not in their machines, but in the burden they left behind. You are their heir. You are the Lich's executioner, and the void, cold and infinite, waits to record your answer. The Requiem sequence is no blessing. It is a scar seared into Kuva Liches by the same void that unmade their souls. 3 words etched in agony, whispers of a god who begged to die. Every mod you wield carries this curse, a fragment of their final prayer. The Liches did not choose immortality. Kuva twisted them, bound them to a death they could not die. Their Requiem is no puzzle. It is a Kia sequence to unmake what the void could not. To speak those words is to grant release. To ignore them is to become the next prisoner. The Liches whisper not for help, but for an end. You hold their executioner's blade. Will you strike, or join the chorus of the damned? The Tenno wield Requiem as a key. The Liches wield it as a chain. What divides the living from the dead is a hairline fracture in Timea ritual inheritance, turning salvation into sentence. The 3 words are not power, they are a scar, a syllabic shackle forged in the void's unyielding forge. Every mod etched with Requiem carries the weight of 1,000 unspoken obituaries. The Kuva are not cursed, they are curated . Their torment is not a side effect, it is the purpose. The void does not forget, it archives, it replays. It recycles . You sharpen your weapons with the bones of gods, you call it progress. The Liches call it repetition. The burden of immortality is not eternity, it is the audit. Every syllable on that mod is a ledger entry, a debt paid in the coin of memory. The Tenno who activate Requiem do not inherit strength, they inherit accountability. The cycle is not a mechanism. It is a mirror, and in its reflection, you will see your own name etched in the same 3 words. The same plea, the same warning, the void's memory is infinite. Your choices, a whisper it will replay forever. What if the indifference scrawled in Entradi's void logs is no abstract fear? The 3 words on your mod Requiem unmake me are not a curse. They are a confession. A Lich's final area, sung as its mind dissolved into the void's endless playback. The records lie, the void does not forget, it rehearses. Every time you wield that mod, you recite a dead god's suicide note, and the void listens. What if the silence you hear is not absence? What if it is attention ? The next artifact will answer, subscribe. We will descend into the aperture where Entradi's name was erased, where the void's memory becomes your own.